Yep, there you go. 33 minutes and 11 seconds. That's the cut-off point. I'm getting good at this now. So, yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, um, so Brando turns up on set, overweight, and Coppola has to think, well, how do I shoot around this? So he puts Brando in black and shoots him in the dark, and to cover up the fact that he was unconvincingly overweight during the shoot, and again, I mean, whether it was Brando's intention or not, it was kind of a masterstroke because it only amplified the weirdness and the almost ethereal quality of the character. He he's a character who exists in the shadows. He's almost a phantom. He just leans in and out as he talks to Willard. Of course, the famously as well, he didn't bother learning the script. He had no. He just couldn't. He just couldn't be bothered. He just said, put the camera on. Put the camera on me. Let it roll. And he improvised a lot of his dialogue. If you watch the outtakes, you can see that there's a lot more improvised dialogue in there. And the thing about Brando is he is one of the few actors that can improv great dialogue or dialogue that was on a par with what was written on the page easily. I mean, many actors, when you see actors improvising on films, they tend to do one thing really, which is say the line in the script and then you just repeat it or rephrase it three different ways, and it's like, well, oh, brilliant, but that's improvisation, is it? That's that's just saying something three times, a line three times, when once would have done, Um, I don't know if it even sounds that naturalistic when you do that, because I don't think people really repeat themselves that much in real life. Maybe in one of these reviews they do. But Brando could improvise really well, and especially in the interviews, he comes at subject matter from a very left field position, but it's always fascinating to listen to, and the dialogue in this, if you watch him in interviews, he'll do that. He'll never answer a straight question. He was a notoriously difficult interview, but he was still, but despite all that, he was still fascinating to listen to. And in this, in Apocalypse Now, I mean, you could just see him riff for hours. Really, his scenes are absolutely mesmerising. Funny enough, like one of the criticisms of Apocalypse Now is that because Brando didn't bother learning his lines and sticking to the script, that people feel that there's sort of a tonal shift in the film. That but I don't know if it's a tonal shift. I mean, come on. There should be a tonal shift here. This is the point where you've left the war. You've had the war movie. You're now into the dark recesses of the psyche, and you're now into the effects of war section of the film. You're now essentially in hell, and so there should be a tonal shift at this point in the film, and that's why when I was watching. I was rewatching it the other day. I was thinking about star ratings, and I was thinking, well, the consensus on Apocalypse Now is it's kind of a flawed masterpiece. People say don't quite give it the full marks that I think it deserves. Because of this last half hour, they say there's problems with Brando's performance and with the tonal shift of the film, and you can tell he's overweight. Bollocks! You can't say if you didn't know, you wouldn't think oh, there's a big fat guy. I mean, you can see it. There's one section where the Kurt's character is a penchant for beheading people. You know, that's how much he's gone at this point in the film. And there's a bit where he decapitates the one remaining member of the boat crew, and he throws his head into Martin Sheen's lap while he's tied up outside. And he just sort of approaches, and the camera pans up his body, and he's just there with the scary camouflage paint on his face, and throws the head, and the camera pans all the way up his body, and you don't spot for a second that the guy's overweight. So I mean, so for that reason, I think there's the criticism leveled at this film, it is unfair, and I finally came to the conclusion watching it the other night. No, this film it is a genuine masterpiece, and it hits all cylinders. If it's not like, I mean, you can't say there's a completely flawless movie out there. I don't think there is, but I think this film ticks all the boxes, and for that reason, I'm going to give it the full 5 out of 5 stars for this one. So yeah, there you have it. Apocalypse Now, absolute masterpiece. Obviously, you don't need me to tell you that it's as it had its praises sung for years, and will do so for many more. And so this is just my chucking my 2 cents in it, that if you haven't seen Apocalypse Now, you really haven't seen cinema. I'll put it. I'll leave it like that. Anyway, that's all from me. That's another one down, and it only remains for me to say this is Big Buddha signing off. See you out there in YouTube land.